This is the RC Jet Jog. Oh, I just broke it. As you saw in last episode, Horizon Hobbies made good on their promise, and there's a chicken girl making a photobomb in the background. They're going to be replacing the wing and the fuselage and the nose cone as well. I chose that option so I can get back in the air sooner. So I'm going to show you how quick this is going to go, and come on and join us. I'll show you how to fix some foam. Alright guys, we'll be using Gorilla Glue and some different toothpicks of different sizes. And here's all the spare parts that we're going to be attaching on. And then we're also going to be correcting this guy over here. Alright guys, with this one we're going to do something a little unique here. Right, we got these two, I'm not sure if you can see it, let me look. Yeah. You see we got two holes in our carbon rods here, so we're actually going to shove both of these skewers in those holes to attach this with two more down here. So. Now what we did was we took those toothpicks, or these skewers, and we're going to put them in those holes that we showed you earlier. We also put two toothpicks down here for alignment to make sure everything matches up correctly. So we're just going to simply slide these skewers right in the holes. Just like this. Not all models present this, so this is kind of nice. We're gonna just kind of twist this until it fits just right. And that's not quite right, so I'm gonna try it again.
You had it perfect the first time.
Yeah, that's, see, I went too far that time. Chicken girl was right. That's too little. It's kind of a little bit of a game to...
Well, I'm using the red stripe. It's lined up, the red stripe is.
And that looks pretty darn good. That's about as good as we're gonna get as far as the alignment. Anything else we can fix with fillers and everything yet later. So next step is the protection of our table here. So we're gonna be using some wax paper for that, because Gorilla Glue can penetrate a lot of different things, especially like paper towels and stuff.
This card is worth it.
Now we're gonna put some glue down this pipe on both sides, because there's no point in having the beams if they're not secured inside of there. We're also going to do it in this, just going to get all the surface areas that are going to be touching. Leave a little room for expansion, because it's going to make a big old mess.
Where did you get that? Where did you get that?
I got this at Lowe's.
So you finally found some more?
Well, I went yesterday while I was at work.
Did you bring back the sprayer? Good.
Trust me, it's Mother's Day. Those are definitely things that you don't forget to do.
There's all the drips, a lot of drips.
But I didn't miss. That's the important part, right?
Except for the part where I got on your pants.
On my pants? On my pants? You're lying. Okay, so back to that, making a good alignment again. And that looks about as good as it was. Okay, so now we're just gonna get a paper towel and dab it, and then you just let it dry. Now we're gonna put it on time lapse for all the other fixes, so y'all are still included, but you don't have to watch the whole process again. While we're working on the wing and the horizontal stab, this is a good time to mention that we will be repainting this airplane in the episode to come. So don't forget to smash that subscribe button, turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on a darn thing. Now I realize that the kids weren't too involved with this because, well, I was waking up really early in the morning and they were kind of sleepyheads this week. But nonetheless, while I've got you here, get your families involved, bring new people to the hobby, and let's let this thing grow. Now that we've got all of the critical pieces glued back on the aircraft, it's time to put it back together. Out of frustration and kind of being in a hurry to get home, I left the bolts at the airfield, but never fear, I had a whole bunch of spares. Now that we've got the tail feathers back on, let's flip the airplane over and start working on the nose gear. As y'all probably noticed from the crash of this aircraft, the nose wheel took the brunt of the force. While I was working on the nose gear, periodically I'd peer over at the horizontal stab, and I realized that it was kind of twisted. So after I finished all of my radio checks and determined that the airplane was sound, I came up with a rig to twist it back into shape. As you can see on the next slide, my rig consisted of a clamp with some weights hanging off on one end to twist that stabilizer back into shape. Next up, we're going to go ahead and fill in those gaps. We're going to be using this stuff right here, DAP Fast and Final. So once we get those in the holes and nice and smooth, we'll be done with this project. We're not going to do any touch-up paints because in a future episode really soon, we're going to actually do a repaint on the Viper. So let's finish that up and then we'll get her out to the field. A little tip here, always build up your lightweight spackle higher than the skin of the aircraft. You can always sand it down and it'll give you a smoother finish. We hope this section was helpful to all of y'all's future repair jobs. Now there's one thing left to do, redemption flight. I'll be doing the redemption flight of the 90mm Viper. You ready? Be quick into the air. All right, here we go. This should be light speed coming this way. Alright, I'm going to start configuring for landing now. Three green, no red, here we come. Much better landing. Just takes a little wind, right?
Wow, what a great flying aircraft. It flew exactly the same as it did on the Maiden. Well, before the crash, that is. We really hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Please, guys, get kids involved into our hobby. Get new people involved to our hobby. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.